A Journey into the Unknown. Chapter 30. There will be a great turn of events here, like the world has not seen in quite some time. There have been plenty of turbulent periods on the world stage throughout history, but the next ones will rock the world's foundations, causing them to be destroyed beyond repair. The economic and social structures that have given some a semblance of order will crumble. Authoritarianism and fear of the evil other will be stronger than ever. Many will latch onto these things to try to make sense of what will transpire. This great collapse must happen for a new earth with a new foundation to take the place of the one that was not based in truth and was illusionary. Don't hide your heads in the sand and pretend that you aren't seeing what you are seeing. Witness the decay, deterioration, and destruction, but stay strong in the truth. Know that you will be safe as you minister to those in distress, those who struggle in their day-to-day lives. The world was never based in truth, but most people had a basic understanding of right and wrong, what was true and what was false. Shame kept people in line. Today, there is no shame, and facts are distorted for political gain. This will get worse before it gets better. It is important that you see the importance of what is happening and will happen. The earth must be reclaimed. We cannot fix all of the broken systems. A political bandage cannot fix what has been broken. This is a moral crisis that has been brewing for quite some time, right under everyone's noses. People simply do not know who they are in truth. This is the painful reality of the separation between the physical and the spiritual. A separation that can be argued is true here in the 3D world. Hold on to your hats, everyone. Teach the truth about God and about identity. Be that truth. God is really the only thing here. Chapter 31. Sound the alarm. The earth itself will not support the human status quo any longer. People who have not awakened and allowed their consciousness to be changed will not be able to return here to inflict more harm. The earth will only support Christ consciousness. There will be other options for those who need further soul development. Humans have treated the earth and its great resources in such a disrespectful manner. Global warming is the earth's way of responding to all of the abuse. The throwaway culture will not exist on the new earth, nor will pollution of any type. Being an environmentalist is in alignment with Christ's consciousness. Do what you can to limit waste and to reuse and recycle. Get out of your cars and walk, or ride a bike to run errands in areas that support these choices. We all have to do our part. The earth is a living entity that supports life in so many forms. It is not part of the great illusion that I have so frequently talked about. The illusion refers to the human perception and its investment in fear. This is yet another misunderstanding of A Course in Miracles. Be kind to all, including the ground you stand on. Companies who seek to profit from the earth's great resources are largely responsible for our collective environmental mess. But so are the consumers, who were duped into buying into the throwaway consumer culture. When all individuals are expressions of the divine, then companies who rape and pillage the earth will not exist. Population will decrease. The earth is overpopulated, especially with unconscious and greedy beings. Allow love to affect everything that you do, including your environmental choices and carbon footprint. With love always, Jesus. Chapter 32. Be vigilant in your attitudes and desire to serve the truth. Watch out for any ideology in which you are the star of your own dream. That analogy may have been true at one point, but not any longer. The dream of separation was the unconscious state of reality for you, and is still the main reality for the vast majority of humanity. That's all it was, figurative language that reflects a particular way of being in the world. Once awakened, the dreamlike state is no more. How effective can you be as a light worker if you think you are imagining everything? There is no you. That was the imagination at play. That was the dream. That was the illusion. The ideas that formed you were nothing more than an encasement, a cocoon that broke away so that I am could then fly like a butterfly as you. Before we move forward, we need to make absolutely certain that all of you understand these misunderstood concepts from A Course in Miracles. If you have been harboring these misunderstandings about the illusion and what it means to be awakened, please allow them to be cleared up. Read this chapter several times if you have to, and then move forward. We teach in different ways, but we don't teach different principles. Chapter 33. A sign of the times in which you now live is the amount of blame and finger-pointing that is being exhibited, both publicly and privately. You have blamed, and you have been blamed. As a human matures, she learns to take responsibility for her actions and to make amends for any harm caused. No one person is entirely to blame when things go wrong. First of all, no one is to blame for fear-based acts that always stem from their very flawed operating system. It's a complicated situation and always has been. Part of the complication are the unseen aspects. Positive and negative acts directed towards others are actually done in relationship with others. People project and receive projections in equal doses. The person who harms can only harm someone who is unconsciously seeking to be harmed because they think they deserve it. Instead of looking just at the harmful words or act, always look at the content. What are the messages each person is sending out through their behavior and attitudes? I said in A Course in Miracles that you can never be a victim. Everyone always gets what their subtle messages indicate that they want. This is the misunderstood law of attraction. You get what you are unknowingly saying that you want. What the world views as distinct victim-perpetrator incidents are actually perfectly aligned, unholy alliances. Both parties, individuals or groups, share responsibility, but are not to blame. It's a glitch in the system, so to speak. Creation is a messy business. Have you ever seen an artist's studio? Human thought itself creates unintended consequences. The goal has always been to learn to stop independent thought and choose dependent thought that comes from union between the spiritual and the physical. This is what you are to model. I am energy only blesses. The same cannot be said of the illusionary I, as in me, myself, I, and you. Chapter 34. To make a long story short, humanity just hasn't had any real purpose other than being the top of the food chain. Religions made a vague attempt at instilling purpose by instructing its followers to be good, so that they can be rewarded in heaven. Although self-control is not really a purpose in and of itself, it did succeed in firmly establishing fear as the root of everything here. The fear of eternal damnation is very powerful and is alive and well. People give themselves purpose with goals of every type. Some are noble and worthwhile. Being educated and able to earn a living is important and can be a great thing for an individual and for society as a whole. Even this, however, can lead to questioning and feelings of, I worked so hard, for what? Emptiness waits at the end of every path taken. What if waits at the end of every path not chosen? The human life of self-given purpose is exciting at first, and then ultimately empty. The divine Christ-driven life is full of purpose. Purpose in being and doing, the ways of Mary and Jesus. They are cooperative and not competitive. They are always helpful and kind. They are non-materialistic. They don't seek to impress. They are grateful for the opportunity to serve in all things, great and small. Does this describe you? If so, welcome to paradise. Welcome to the kingdom of God. This is the promised land. No more and no less. Chapter 35. The Word became flesh, but flesh did not reflect the Word. This is the world that you see. Fear prevented this reflection. Intensity of the Word allows the light to pierce through the fear and burn through its layers, allowing truth to shine and claim dominion. This is starting to happen here. It is still in its infancy. More pioneers are needed to give this process a strong foothold. This is the start of a spider web of truth and the end of human identity as we have known it.